Hello, and welcome to the Office of Letters and Sciences Summer 2020 Orientation. We wanted to take an opportunity to give you a general education program recap because we know that you may have had an opportunity to review the Office of Orientation's Canvas site. However, in the event that you have not had an opportunity to do so, we wanted to do a brief introduction to some of the things that are important as you think about the general education program at Maryland. At this point, I'm going to actually transition to a colleague of mine, Tom's team, who's going to share some additional information. Tom?
Thank you, Marshall. What we're going to cover here is a brief overview of the general education program and the requirements and the overlap that they have with potential majors that you might be thinking about. The program at the University of Maryland is known as the General Education Program. Having said that, basically any gen ed program is designed to kind of spread you out, give you exposure to a wide variety of different disciplines and make you a more well-rounded and better individual. All students at the University of Maryland must complete regardless of their major. The gen ed requirements can be completed through either AP or IB credit that you might have, prior work that you have taken at another college or university, or coursework that you take at the University of Maryland. The University of Maryland requires a minimum of 120 credits to graduate, and gen ed occupies about a third of that total. About 40 credits occupy the general education program. If you take a look at the bottom, a very important website for you to bookmark and keep in mind is the gen ed website, gened.umd.edu. That will go ahead and take you to the gen ed program and give you a more detailed description of the gen ed program and the various requirements. Realize that when you are meeting with your academic advisor, they will be talking with you about the gen ed program, what gen ed courses that you might have already taken that might satisfy the gen ed requirements, or more importantly, what would be some important gen ed requirements for you to go ahead and take in the fall. However, in the meantime, there is a very quick, and it is under 2-minute video that we want to show you, which just kind of highlights and gives you a nice overview of the gen ed program. So as promised, kind of just a very quick video, kind of just give you a quick overview of what the general education program looks like. Like I said, do not worry that when you meet with your advisor, they will be able to go ahead and work with you to go ahead and help translate everything that you need to know as far as gen ed is concerned. Another very important piece that is important to your academic success and to your progress at Maryland involves the wonderful land of math. Having said that, math is crucial to majors. Some majors require more math than others. So for example, when you're taking a look at the slide in front of you, when you take a look, if you're thinking about math, computer science, chemistry, biochem, physics, the BS within econ, engineering, it requires Math 140, which is theoretical calculus, but that's the start of your journey on the road towards math, because you'll be taking Calculus 2, Calculus 3, and depending upon your major, maybe things like linear algebra, differential equations. Hopefully you would like math and enjoy math because it comes with the territory for those majors. Math 135 is another calculus course, but it is only for one major on campus. It is only for folks that are headed towards biology as a major. Last but not least, Math 120, which is applied calculus, is required for the folks thinking about business, BA within econ, public health science, psychology. If you have pre-health interests, Math 120, applied calculus, one semester of calculus required for those majors. Out to the right, you see some other courses, a statistics course, Stat 100, or Math 107, which is kind of a basic math for everyday use. So certainly for those, if you're thinking about majors in the College of Arts and Humanities, things like communications, criminal justice, government politics, education, family science, journalism, it requires, not calculus, but a different type of math. So ultimately, your advisor is going to have a conversation with you that goes like this. What major or majors are you taking a look at? Because then we know where the road to math leads, and then taking a look at what we need to go ahead and take. So for most of you, you'll be taking some type of math course in the fall, but that conversation is one that you will have with your advisor during your advising session. Last but not least is what this, what you see in front of you kind of gives you an example. And your advisor will talk much more with you. But for example, these are for some of the potential limited enrollment programs, like for example, like business and biology. And we have a chart here that goes ahead and shows kind of the overlap. So for example, for business, you could see that they are not going to care ultimately what science courses you take to go ahead and to become a business major. But for example, biology, different story. I mean, you have biology and chemistry courses that are automatically required and also will fill gen ed requirements for you. But for example, biology, they're not going to care in terms of the humanities courses that you go ahead and take. So this just serves as a great example, because ultimately, whether you're looking at one of the limited enrollment programs or one of the other 85 plus majors on campus that are not a limited enrollment program, say for example, like sociology or history, your advisor will be able to kind of work with you to kind of take a look at that overlap. Because anytime that you can take a course that, just like when you saw in the video before, you have a course like History 201 that can satisfy multiple areas of gen ed. You also have a course, for example, like for business, Econ 200. It satisfies a requirement for gen ed. It also automatically satisfies a requirement for that particular major. So your advisor will work with you to make sure to try to maximize and take a look at that overlap between major and gen ed to make things easier for you on your journey towards your potential major at the University of Maryland. So I'm going to turn it over to Marshall to go ahead and bring us home and wrap us up.
Okay, thanks, Tom. So what we know is that you may have some questions, and what we'd like you to do is make sure that you ask those questions of us, but also follow us on social media. You can see how to do so right here. And again, there's no better time to be a Terp. Go Maryland.
Congratulations.